What do trees give to us? Are there any trees on your street or in your neighbourhood? Do you ever go to your local park and walk or sit under the trees? The next stories examine what our urban trees give to us and what we might do to look after them.
Carlton Memorial at Taunton Road, where it took me 25 years to complete the project. And I managed to get a lot of trees at the memorial. So, where the trees are very much in a human life important, we feed them and they feed us. We give oxygen to the trees and they give us oxygen, and we give a carbon dioxide to the trees. So I think the trees are very, very precious, very important in our life. And I have been watering the trees, from filling a bucket of water to save the trees from my house to the Carlton Memorial. Unfortunately, two trees have died. I couldn't save them, but I saved the others. I've done my best.
The other day, I was like thinking when the house where I live, it's all concrete. So we're surrounded by other houses and the gardens are really small. And I was just longing for like, thinking of those beautiful streets where you see the big trees down the streets and the houses would get some shade. And I was just thinking how much it would be, we would need, or going forward, if we were to get that heat again, like it was unbearable just for the mass of concrete. And if we could just have some trees planted along the street. And there used to be like one small tree in the house next to me, but the girl that moved in, she cut the tree down and it was just the tiniest bit of shade. And I was just longing for that kind of, the shade and the kind of where the trees would absorb the heat rather than just the heat bouncing off all the concrete. And there's one place where I go is my allotment, and I think I must be attracted to like places where they're cool, because we've got this plum tree there. We don't get plums on it because it's never been cut down or like trimmed, and it's huge. And I remember somebody telling me like, "Oh, you need to be cutting down that plum so that we would get the plums." But I actually love the tree more because you can sit under it and you can like hide from the sort of midday sun, so you can still sit at the allotment, but you've got this lovely shady bit. And I plant like sort of wild plants under it. So it's almost like a little meadowy bit. So you can sit in these plants under this tree. I don't want my allotment just sitting there blaring away in the sun.
I'm a friend of the Bowlesleigh Park, worked there many, many years. Uh, we have been, before the COVID, we have been conducting the meetings in the area. Hundreds of people used to come down. Due to the tornado, when we had a tornado in the area, it has damaged so many trees in the Bowlesleigh Park and the others as well. So we managed to replace all those trees, which is very important for the people to come down, play in the park, children's, families, to replace all the trees. So, as I say, we have done our best, to replace the trees, which is a very important in the part of our life.
This week, I've really been thinking about the trees on the street where I live in Birmingham. Had these really incredibly hot days, and as I was walking the children home from school, we were under the shade of these trees. We were sort of saying to them, "Oh, thank you, trees. They've been there a really long time, maybe sort of 100 years or more, some of them." It really made me appreciate what friends they are to us on these really hot days. And when I was talking about the shade they give us, my youngest son, who's 5, was saying, "Yes, and in the rain too, and in the hail, you can get under them." It made me realise how every season of the year the trees sort of protect us and shelter us. And thinking about, I suppose, this week about the extreme heat and climate change, and it seems more sort of precious and important than ever that people in Birmingham, children in Birmingham, have the chance to have these trees to sort of be their friends and look out for them, look out for them, look out for them, look out for them.